one. Right? No hanging up over there. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. I will do the start of the thing here. Oh, you know what, microphone? You're going to short yourself out if you don't be careful. There you go, buddy. All right, here we go. It begins in 3, 2, there we go. 1. Coming up on TMS, The Amazing Adventures of Goose and Doodle.
What did you find in your Ikea bags?
We are now testing people in the U.S. for Ebola virus.
Super. The Expendables 3 looks to be just like the other two.
Big Bang got big new paychecks.
Fitness Geek.
Jury duty and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
It's the perfect kind.
We've stolen the world's supply of new pink lemonade bubbly up.
It tastes like pink lemonade.
It's the new taste everyone's after.
Uh-oh. It is I, Detective Yum Finder, now drops that bubble yum bubble gum.
But pink lemonade makes big pink bubbles.
You're all washed up, pop off.
But it's you who's going to wave goodbye, Yum Finder!
New Pink Lemonade Bubble Yum, the big taste everyone's after.
Oh, that explains everything.
This is The Morning Stream. Yo, bartender, Jobu needs a refill.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to TMS, The Morning Stream for Tuesday, August 5th, 2014. I'm Scott, and that's Brian.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
What's going on? Hey, did you notice anything new about me? Do you notice anything new?
No, I don't.
Nothing?
White headphones?
Nope.
Big white headphones instead of earbuds?
No, but you're so close. You're on the right tip with the no, I always wear these headphones.
Yeah, I guess you do. I sometimes see you with earbuds, but I guess not for a while. It's been a while since you've been the earbuds.
So this here microphone has a brand new condom on it. Look at that.
Oh, look at that little pop filtery dude.
It's yellow. It was previously red, and it started to look like it was going to walk off on its own. And I said, you know what? Time to have a less biologically severe microphone cover. I've just been talking and spitting on that thing for like 2 years, so
Sure.
Time to take that thing off.
Does the microphone smell like a beer?
I thought no, it doesn't. But man, what are you doing here? So here's the thing. I thought about washing it. Right? I was going to set the great podcast example and wash my windscreen, pop filter, just to see how that would go. Actually, what is the consensus? Pop filter or windscreen?
I think it's a pop screen or windscreen because it's not. What I have here is a pop filter, the little circle with a screen behind it.
The little petri dish.
There we go.
Did you get texted?
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't, and I thought I had everything muted, and I launched that deep loot to see the
the
little dude in there that looks like me, and it's making noise, and then my text message thing's making noise.
It looks like you, doesn't he?
Your Amazon kind of does, yeah. You guys sitting on the edge of the boat there?
Mm-hmm. Listen, y'all, if you got an iOS device, play Deep Loot. It's very addicting. It's free, and also, you know how a lot of these games, they're free, but they have you can boost your coins for a little bit of money or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Usually that's a big ripoff to me, like 100 coins for $1 or some dumb thing like that. This game is generous. I got 750,000 coins for $2.99. So I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Of course, it costs you 500,000 to get one extra life.
Yeah, I guess actually some of the upgrades get pretty expensive, but it's a good cheap entry level way to get in there and start having some fun. It's really fun, and you look like the little man.
Look at that little dude.
Yeah, look at him.
It's fine.
All Brian.
There are worse things, you know.
Oh, there are way worse things, dude.
Yeah.
You could be Brian Dunaway and be 90% of the people in that Tiny Tower game. You could be that. That could be you.
No kidding.
So here we are soaking in the aftermath, the afterglow of perhaps the most controversial Film Sack episode ever produced by the Frog Pants Network. Still reaping the whirlwind 3 or 4 days later.
People are
just talking about it, and it's all the rage. Just because we were so heated in that episode, it got me to thinking maybe we should be more heated. That is to say,
we need to pick controversial movies every time.
Well, we already, just to give you an example, we've already almost doubled the comments in just a few days than an entire 2 weeks since the last episode.
Oh, wow.
So that tells you something there.
I haven't read them. So are people are they agreeing with one side or the other? Are they
and it's
offense to the water symbolism?
And it's divided, and so is Twitter and everybody else. Like, Scott, I'm totally with you, dude. They're smoking crack. Well, I can't believe how idiotic that sounded. And I'm like, well, I'm not calling them idiots necessarily. I'm just, But then somebody else will say, oh, I'm totally on Dunaway's side on this. It is absolutely this or that. And it's not even just the symbolism. But somebody made a really good point in the comments about how sometimes things aren't meant to be anything. They're just meant to be texture in your film.
Sure.
So their argument is the water.
Is just a cigar.
Yeah, the water doesn't have to be symbolic of anything. Sometimes it makes things dark and dreary and wet and miserable, and that's what you want in your noir movie. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so there you go. And then
I'll have to check those out.
Yeah, and then other people think I'm hypersensitive in the episode, which is fun to hear. And then some think I should have been more forceful, in my opinion. It's weird. It's like a microcosm of the human condition.
Right.
I've learned a lot. Learned a lot from this experience.
You need to be angrier.
That's right.
Get angry.
That's right. So, Brian, I got a little present for you.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. Well, you got crusty. Did we hit a?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did we hit some kind of weird? You're probably backing up. Backing up. Backing up.
My mama taught me good.
Yeah, it was kind of sudden like that. Usually is that, but maybe not.
It's funny because that's not something that usually should just slurp up the Skype style bandwidth. It should just be because it's all network stuff.
Shouldn't be, but who knows?
I don't know.
I don't like Skype. Skype pisses me off.
Yeah, me too.
All right. I got some stories for you. You ready for this?
Okay, bring it on. Bring it on.
Hold on. I'm gonna see if this helps clear you up a little bit. There, how you sounding now?
You tell me. I had to take a drink of coffee.
That's all right.
All right, here's a safe spot when no one's gonna make me laugh so hard that coffee comes out of my nose.
Oh, wait till next week, you guys. There's a moment in our upcoming commentaries film sack track. You guys are gonna die. It's gonna be fantastic. So yesterday, I know that. Look, I know that it seems like these things happen to me at a fairly regular pace. The thing is, and somebody
doesn't just seem like it, man. They do.
Yeah, and last night, my sister-in-law Sarah says these seem to be. How is it possible these keep happening? Like, look, I have witnesses for most of this. Kim was there for the explosive tip. She was there for the poo bag on the lady's face. Like, people are seeing these things. It's not like I'm just out there, having an illusion to these things happening. Yesterday, sadly, I had no witnesses except for some audio, and I didn't cap it here. I should have before the show, but I was recording a diary episode while I was out running. Okay,
yeah,
2-mile run around the lake. For some reason, there was a cloud over the lake the entire time, raining, but nowhere else. It was weird. But anyway, I'm running around the lake and I'm recording a little bit while I'm kind of on a walk part and just talking. And as I'm doing that part, I come up to where the geese are again. The geese.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Your friends, the geese.
The crazy geese. And the kingpin goose, the weird Chinese whatever goose is there. Yep. And I thought it would be fun to just kind of walk up to it because I don't really ever get close to that one. I fed it before and it didn't do anything. So I figured this won't be a problem. So I get up there and they're all going, bah, 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 making sounds. And I have this on that recording so people can hear it on the diary later. Mm-hmm. I get up there closer and the big white ones that normally chase me are kind of squawking, but they're getting away from me. So they're getting up off their butts and walking the other direction. Out of the way,
like, all right,
another human. Okay, everyone get up.
God, they look so put out too, don't they?
They do, right? I feel a little bad. So then... Yeah. Not really. I don't feel bad at all.
What do they have to do?
Yeah, that thing would crap on me if it could. Right. So then the kingpin doesn't move, doesn't budge. And I think, this is interesting. And as I get closer, its head whips around and looks at me and stares at me. And I'm getting closer and closer to it. And it felt like a really long time, but I'm sure it was maybe seconds. But as I get closer, that thing suddenly goes, it looks at me like just, and then gets up and starts frickin' chasing me again.
Head down, wings up.
Yes. Just like you imagine.
Yeah.
And I hightailed it, man. I was like, I was booking it. I must have looked ridiculous to the people that were around us. There was a guy fishing over there on the dock, and he had to have seen this. And I ran away from this this goose. Now that's enough of a story. Think, thank you, TMS gods. You bestowed Scott with one thing to say.
Another great story for the show.
No, there's more. So I turn off my recorder, and I think I better just finish the run. I've got about, a half mile left. So I go into, I'm back at a good jog, got my pace going, and I'm heading over this bridge that takes you over the lake back to where I live. And as I head over the bridge, a dude I can only describe as stereotyped runner man is coming the other way. Now, what I mean by that, he's got Beats headphones on. He's probably 38, something like that. He's got a
Nike shirt, no sleeves.
Yep. Fanny pack. Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Kind of a gut. So he thinks he looks way better than he does. Super shorty shorts. Just shortiest of the shorts. For some reason, almost knee-high socks. And I don't know what shoes, Pumas or something.
It's a goose protector socks.
Right.
That's why they put them up so high.
All in matching purple hues, everything, okay? So purple all around. Except for the Beats headphones that were white with like big red letters.
Of course, yeah, because they have to show off the name of the.
Of course, big dummies. So, whatever. Beats are fine. I don't care for them, but whatever. He just looks like that, and I can hear the music as he passed me. This is not part of what I saw, but as he passed me, I could hear the music, and it sounded like just like bad top 40, just blaring in his ears. I have no judgment. No, he's got Ray-Bans that wrap around completely, like the ones. Just cheesy, douchey look.
Yep.
Here's the best part. I think he doesn't know this. Maybe if he does, then this is a far more sinister story. But his doodle is hanging out.
What?
And well,
really?
his
out of his shorty shorts?
his underbag. Let's call it that. And it's dangling out of his shorts like a little, I don't know, like a, what's it like? It reminded me of like those trucks that'll put the fake ones on the back of their trucks.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, on the trailer hitch. Yes.
Yeah, and so he walks by and he's just flopping his doodle, left to right as he's running past me, stoic, face forward, as if nothing's wrong.
Oh my God.
So then I'm like, my brain goes through 1,000 scenarios. Do I say something? Number one. Well, of course you don't. What am I going to say?
Sack check.
Sack check. Hey, buddy. Your beans have escaped the pod or something.
You go, pop quiz, hot shot.
So I didn't do that. My second thing was to get my camera out and take a photo, and I didn't do that. Like, nothing was appropriate, right?
Right.
Except to just run on by and let him live in the blissful, ignorant life that he lives and have nobody know. But I'm very curious. What is the right thing to do? Is there a decorum there, or is the right thing to just keep running past? None of my business. Okay, the sack is out. I'm sorry for him. Like, you tell me, Brian, what is the right thing to do? You just keep going? Hope the goose finds him and nips those things off at the bud?
Chomp. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you could try and take a swing at him, and I thought this was a punching bag. I don't know, sorry.
Oh, sorry, buddy. You really ought to put those away.
Yeah. No, I think you just avert your eyes and you
keep going.
Put your head down and you keep on going.
All right, so life in general, basically. That's a life advice.
Yeah.
All right. I'm satisfied in my reaction.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you figure that when this guy stops at his Starbucks for his post-run latte, that instead of putting his name down, they put Johnny Hanging-Sack, your extra foam, extra hot, 2-whip, decaf soy.
With 2 cherries on it? Is this yours, buddy? Or do you think
your tea bag is ready? Your tea bag?
Or do you think he plops down? Here's what I picture, though. You think he plops down? We have a local little coffee shop, bakery thing there. Plop down in there. Spread eagle. Just plops down, spread eagle with his, with the whole package out, and just goes, man, what a run I had today. Yeah, make it my usual there, Kathy. And she's like, oh, gosh.
Well, that seat now has to be disinfected.
Yep. They gotta look at Bill's shorn testicles, one yet again out of his shorts. Anyway, I don't know. It's just one of those days, man, where you
hazelnut tea bag, grande, your order's ready.
Extra petite, dude. Extra petite. Actually, what do they call the little one? So they have a little one, right?
Oh, tall.
Is it just called tall?
Yes.
Oh, guys.
The Starbucks small is called tall.
They're not fooling me.
What is the deal with Starbucks?
What's going on? Anyway, people should, you know what? If you don't like my stories, or if you don't, what am I trying to say? If you want to experience it with me, come on a run with me, and you're bound to run. Oh, I found another guy. A guy out there in the rain in like full construction-y outfit, like a orange vest and a helmet, and he's out there fixing sprinklers on the island. And he seemed fine, just out there working. Good job. Someone needs to do it. He looked like he was just right for the job, and whatever, man, it's great. So I'm running past him, and I got a podcast in my earbuds. That's what I'm listening to, some NPR thing. And I run past him, and I go howdy, because I'm a friendly neighbor, Brian. I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna just run by and give you the bird. I'm gonna say, hey, how's it going there, buddy? And I say, hey, I said howdy to him, and he goes, like that.
My head still hurts from when I fell in a hole a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he just grunted at me, so I don't know. This happens every time I run. I'm excited to run again today. I'll let you guys know.
By the way,
what
apparently, according to Mr. Brian Dunaway...
Oh, was he in the chat?
Still not a fan of Minority Report and its water symbolism. Says that Starbucks sells a short, but you have to ask for it.
Oh, it's like animal style.
It's not on the menu. Short.
That's like an animal style thing at you're in and out. Yeah.
If people start buying the short coffees, we'll run out of money.
You better not tell them we make it. Only if they ask. Who is this? Who is this trainer woman we're making up here? She's terrible. Anyway, so there you go. Testicles out, everybody. Watch for the birds.
Rock out with your socks on.
Yeah. Whoa. What?
The term.
That's the one.
What?
That's the one. I like it. All right, we're gonna add Daryl to the call.
Okay.
Get him in here. Get him going.
Speaking of dropping F-bombs.
Right.
Or near F-bombs.
Well,
anyway.
I have a file to prove it. We'll see. We'll get his. Well, we'll ask him if that is indeed what happened there, because there's some controversy. So we'll get to that in a second. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Stump a Trek Nerd, and it's brought to you by
Same Sex Mary. We're heading to Tucson, Arizona next week to record our second full-length album, but we need your help. Recording isn't cheap, but our records and t-shirts are. Just head over to samesexmary.bandcamp.com and check out all of the epic loot we have listed for sale. That's samesexmary.bandcamp.com.
You never meet a nicer guy than James.
Oh, no, I can't wait to see them this week.
Yeah, that's cool.
At some point, we're going to see them while we're out there.
Are they going to perform, or are you just going to see them?
Oh, we're just going to see them. We're going to have a beverage, an adult beverage or two.
Yeah, that's good.
Maybe go to Frankie's Tiki Hut.
Or wake up in an empty hot tub with naked bodies all over the place.
Oh, yeah. That could be bad too, yeah.
Well, it is Vegas. Daryl.
Missing a kidney.
Speaking of strewn naked bodies, Daryl is on the line with us. Daryl, how you doing?
I'm good.
We need you.
If things are out, does the guy not know? How can you not know?
Well, that's what I thought.
Feel a breeze.
That's what I thought, and maybe he's just less sensitive to it, or maybe he's got I don't know. Maybe you're so into your run, you got the endorphins going, your music's loud, you're feeling the heat because he was hot and sweaty. Maybe he just didn't. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't notice. I don't know. To me, you're right though. It's not like you had your zipper down. That's different. This is like you are out. You are out in public. Yeah. You have gone out for dinner. Your testicles are out. Is what I'm trying to say.
It's out. Like running naked.
Yeah.
So I guess that's really what it is.
Yeah. Should have asked him, how long have you been out? Anyway. Daryl, I got something to ask you here. Did you or did you not drop an F-bomb yesterday?
I say no.
All right.
I think what it was.
Yeah.
I suspect you're going to play this.
I am.
I think I was going to say fur ball, but that doesn't apply to this kind of dog is not furry, so you wouldn't say fur ball. So halfway through saying that, I fixed it.
Okay.
Then it ended up sounding like something else.
You meant to say fur ball and then duck ball, and it all came out wrong. So I'm gonna play that file. You tell me if this. Well, let's just determine what we think here. So here is, and thank you to like the 12 people who sent this in. Everyone got real excited about this. So here's the near F-bomb. I mean, it's not quite an F-bomb. So I'm not, people at home, you don't have to hide your kids or hide your wife or any of that, because this is going to be fine. Here you go.
Growling ball of hate.
I don't know.
That sounds way worse.
Yeah, the hard stop.
Yeah.
Of fur.
Yeah.
Almost sounds like it might as well just be a CK on there.
I'll play it one more time just for those at home who may have missed it. Here it is again. Here you go. Whoops. There you go.
Growling ball of hate.
There's a guttural throat noise you make that, I don't know, for me kind of seals the deal.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's like did he swing all the way around or not?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty much an F-bomb free zone. Although occasionally Jerry will say one and forget he did. But yeah, Daryl, look at you, man, representing the R rating yesterday. Nice job. All right, so
I still say I didn't swing all the way around.
Really? Okay.
Still say it wasn't a strike. Okay.
So again, thanks to Abby and everyone else's name I forgot who sent us that yesterday. That was awesome. All right, Daryl, let's get to your Trek question. It is the week of Let's Play things that are clips first, and then you determine what episode they're from. Okay. We're doing a whole week of this. It's kind of a test to see how this goes, and we want to know. And I'll use Mike's exact words here. What episode does this clip come from, homie? All right. And then you'll have 4 potential. He said homie, not me.
I know. I see that.
4 potential answers that you'll have an option to choose from. Here is your clip right here. Right here.
Did you damage your face, Dana?
It is a beard, Geordie. A fine, full, dignified beard. One which commands respect and projects thoughtfulness and dignity. Well, opinions?
It's, very different.
When I stroke the beard thusly, do I not appear more intellectual?
I'm sorry, I have to go now. Goodbye.
Why was she laughing?
Because it looks stupid on you dumbass. All right. So, Daryl, that's the Data has a beard episode. And your options are, the episodes were called one of these. A, Hero Worship. B, The Schizoid Man. C, In Theory. Or D, Pen Pals. Hero Worship, The Schizoid Man, In Theory, or Pen Pals. All right, those are your options. Carefully weigh them as we launch into this. Whoops, not that. This.
Aren't you hungry?
Whoa, what happened there?
Are you hungry? Aren't you hungry?
What's a foodie?
That was out of order.
What's a foodie?
Aren't you hungry?
Computer.
Oh gosh, what happened?
It's a food malfunction.
This is not functioning properly. All right,
This beard also makes me want to walk sideways through doors and try to mount every chair that I sit on.
How weird. So I don't have anything. Well, I have a lot of things, but I don't know what I don't know if we're synchronized on what we have. I mean, like I have. Hold on. Oh, geez, I left it over there. All right, you guys talk about me in weird ways while I grab this. Hang on.
Let's talk about him in weird ways. Let's see if we can get another F-bomb since he's not going to be here to know and mark the time signature down. No, he should probably have the Twiglets. Do you have the Twiglets with you? See if he comes back with the Twiglets or the.
Do I have Twiglets? Oh,
licorice pipes.
Licorice pipes.
Yes.
Are we gonna smoke these?
Damn it.
They won't stay lit. Did you get a licorice pipe, Scott?
What is it in?
It's in the small priority mail box with the Twiglets.
Probably.
It was the same thing that had that hard nugget dinner roll that we ate last week.
Oh, yeah, where's that?
Also has
yeah, here it is.
Flying saucers and
hard nugget dinner roll. Okay, that isn't the box.
And victory rabbit food.
I really meant to do this before. All right, hang on.
Yeah, the 3 of us should actually connect offline and compare notes on what we've got.
This Twiglet stuff doesn't look like licorice anything.
No, it's in the same package as the Twiglet shop. Maybe they didn't send it to you because they know that you guys hate black licorice.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I don't have the licorice stuff.
I have laver bread, a traditional Welsh delicacy.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got that.
We have to make that though. That's not something you can just open up.
I have Twiglets. I have those weird styrofoam things that we've had before.
Flying saucers.
Yeah, I've got those.
I've got the traditional Sweet Shop Trinity Square turd-looking thing. Oh, that's the pipe.
Oh.
It's shaped like a pipe. It's like a licorice pipe.
Yeah, it's funny because in the notes it says licorice pipe. Scott doesn't get this. I know how you feel about licorice. So maybe instead of omitting it from Scott's box.
Oh, yeah.
They omitted it from Daryl's.
But I think if we're going to do something today that we all have, how about this Victory Forged for Strength?
Okay, these are Victory
Pellets.
V lozenges, an old treat from the sweet shop from World War II era. These are made in Devon, UK, and look rather like tombstones, and frankly taste awful unless you like licorice.
Oh no!
Mine opened itself. It's not sealed.
Oh,
it wasn't.
Well, mine's in a bag, like a.
Baggy. Yeah.
Mine's in a Ziploc. Oh, that's why,
Okay,
Daryl, because you got the master
You got the
bag
Scott
and we got
box.
zips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't trust these. Look at these. They do look like they were made in World War II.
They look like rabbit treats.
We've got to serve the boys in the field. How do we do it? Make shitty
It
rabbit
says-
treats. All right.
It says forged for strength on them, stamped into them.
Yeah. I don't know about
Mine
this.
says Victory V.
Okay, I'm just gonna lick one.
This is their recommendation for Veronica's segment on the show.
What's that? V for victory?
Yeah, Victory V. Yeah.
No.
These kind of look like the parts I was making for my phaser.
Ew. It tastes like rubber.
Just...
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh, dude. They don't call them the greatest generation for nothing, man. Blah, 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 blah.
I wouldn't even say it tastes like licorice. I mean, it tastes like
Ooh,
it
that's
tastes like a throat
horrendous.
lozenge, but
Yeah.
No, that's the devil's rectum. That's what that is. I don't like that at all. Nope. I'm gonna give a big nope.
I don't hate it.
Really? I thought you would. That seems like a Daryl thing that you would hate.
yeah, I'm not a fan, and I like licorice, and I'm not a fan.
It doesn't really taste like licorice to me.
No, it's like a licorice, but it's also like a Vicks
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like menthol in it.
It's like vicorish.
Vicorish, yeah. I like it. We shall make the vicorish.
It's
I
like
guess
if
it was
you
in
brush
German.
your teeth. If you brush your teeth and eat something else, this is the taste that is added to your whatever you're eating.
Oh, wonderful. And that's the thing I love.
So this is not great, but
No, it's terrible.
terrible.
No, it's
I
awful.
would say it's not.
It's the worst thing ever. There's no question about it. All right. Daryl, good job there on that. How about you got a birthday to share with us? Somebody in Star Trek land is celebrating a age-old birthday.
That would be. Rosine Hatem. What a weird name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just like that. That's this person, she is 54 today. She was Marina Sirtis's stump double on the
Did you say
TNT
stump double?
Yes, I did.
Stump
Maybe
double.
Maybe I need a stump double.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that you knew you said it, and we're just going to keep on moving, hoping nobody else would notice that you said it.
Yeah, it's like my thing hanging out.
Stump double. Fantastic.
Growling.
All right. Oh, that's funny. All right. Wow. How old is she now?
54.
Oh, okay. Right around where she is. Actually, isn't she close to 60 now?
I think she is older than that, yeah.
Yeah, she does not look it, though, man. I was just looking at her the other day. Some recent thing. She's just still beautiful. In fact, I think, this is my own opinion, I think Marina Sirtis actually got better with age in terms of her attractiveness.
Yeah, I can see that.
She's growing out gracefully and looks just wonderful. And
Same thing for Gillian Anderson. I saw a picture of her with David Duchovny from Comic-Con, and
I
think
agree,
Gillian
yeah.
Anderson looks better now than she did.
Totally
in the
agree.
X-Files
She doesn't
days.
have that weird bob haircut anymore and all that stuff.
I think that probably helps as a lot of the fashions and stuff that she had to wear for that show. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fashions. Remember the fashions?
Yeah, I remember the
she had to
fashions.
wear?
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe I just said that. All the fashions that she had to
fashions.
wear.
What are you, Tim Gunn? All of a sudden, what's going on over there?
Hello, designers.
Hello, designers.
Make it work.
Listen, is this your first time on the red carpet?
My voice really doesn't go with the way I look.
I love that guy. Oh gosh, Daryl got him.
Oh, jeez. Daryl does not approve of my impersonation of Daryl.
No, he would describe it as
It's all mushy and wet.
That's right. I got all my Daryl stuff.
I'm
here.
gonna lick it.
All right, great.
Oh, that's tender.
All right. Whoa. Not played the 1930. All right, Daryl. Let's see how you did here on your question here.
Wait a minute here. I wasn't quite done.
Oh, sorry.
I said stump double, and then that derailed everything.
Oh, right. Keep going then.
All right.
She was the
What's his name again?
Rosine Hatem.
Adele Dazeem. Got it.
Yeah. She was the one that was flying around on wires when they filmed that episode where Marina Sirtis is flying around in those, in space.
I don't remember that one.
In the episode Night Terror, she flies around in her dream.
Oh, because the aliens violating her dreams or something, or I remember that. Yeah, she always played this. She always had these victim moments. I didn't like that in TNG. It's like, let's have lady victims. I didn't like that. All right, well, good for her. Everyone needs a good stunt double, that's for sure.
Sure.
All right, question. Thanks. Finish this question here. Which episode was that clip from? Hero Worship, The Schizoid Man, In Theory, or Pen Pals?
Okay, I remember this being sort of early. It wasn't... Well, I've narrowed it down to Schizoid Man or Pen Pals. And I'm going to say, in Schizoid Man, that was one where there was an old man that was like the father of something, and so Data was trying to look like him.
Okay.
I don't remember that episode very well.
Oh, clearly not. There was an old man that Data wanted to look like.
Yeah, and that guy had a beard, so he thought, I'll grow a beard too and see if I look distinguished.
Yeah, instead he looked just weird. Mm-hmm. He didn't really grow it though, right? He put one on. He faked it.
Oh yeah, painted on with fur spray paint or whatever they
probably
have.
From his cat Spot.
from the Telosian barbershop.
Yeah. Leftover stuff on the floor.
Right. Oh, Riker just had his hair cut. I'll go in there and take some of his hair and glue it to my face.
The two-faced man just said, "Come on in. I've got a bag of Riker pubes. Put them on your face."
Troy was just here for a Brazilian. Have a seat.
Can't waste things on the ship now, can we?
Everything's recycled.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Daryl. We took that dog for a walk there.
And beat it senseless.
Yeah. Sure did.
He gave an answer, didn't I?
Schizoid Man. Did you? Oh,
did you?
I was sitting here waiting. I didn't hear it either. All right, so there it is. Schizoid Man. Let's find out. Is that right? I guess I should check. Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Nicely done.
You're a winner.
Data grows a beard to try and understand humanity. The dying scientist transfers his memories, or as he wrote, memories to Data. This causes Data to start acting weird and emotional. Data eventually goes back to being his normal self. Here's a clip just for funsies. I don't think this has anything to do with that, but here it is.
Yogurt soda. Take one. Go. Oh, ice warm. Gross. Gross, he's still going! Ah!
Okay, that's Viking Lass watching Iceworm drink yogurt soda. So there's that.
Oh man, where did Iceworm get a hold of yogurt soda?
I think that was at Nerdtacular in the hall. Somebody had used one of what was left of that bottle. So
I hope he picked from the right bottle.
Right?
He must have.
You know what? That's going to be on his gravestone. I hope he picked from the right bottle. It's going to say right there.
You have chosen poorly.
Wesley. All right, here's your chance now to say goodbye to Daryl because he's leaving. But before he does, he's on a show. It's all about Star Trek called This Week in Trek. You should listen to it. And it's also part of a show called The Grumpy Cast where he's just being grumpy and talking about stuff. You can check that out at The Grumpy Cast also. And he's the Trek Nerd on Twitter. Daryl, play a game with us.
Okay, is this a Star Trek thing or some stupid thing I made up?
Let's see. Here's your theme.
Oh, poo. That sounds hard.
All right. What was it again? Something you made up or a Star Trek thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Condition green.
Condition green. Kind of like Blue Alert, Brian. Condition green.
Right. Condition green. I don't remember any condition.
Set the ship to condition green. No one would ever say that.
No.
I think Daryl is wanting to make a thing sound Star Trekky, but isn't, and it's not Star Trek at all.
Yeah, let's say no on that one.
What do you say, Daryl?
It is from Star Trek, and Captain Kirk said it on his communicator. He said, "Condition green, all's well, Kirk out," as a little code.
Really?
Which, like an old TOS thing?
Yep.
What episode?
I want proof.
I want proof, damn it.
It might be the Garth one. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, now it's all in question. Bye, Daryl. All right, hung up on Daryl. No one will ever know if that was true.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
Let's get to the news.
There's a new episode of Boop out. Get it now. frogpants.com/boop. That's BOOP.
That's correct. Out now. Check it out.
Boop.
The schedule is now Mondays and Thursdays because people were like, Tuesday, Thursday, you only get a day in between. And nothing, it's not like a bunch of new stuff happens.
Sure.
Or you have a bigger chance of more stuff happening if you spread it out and split the week. And I'm like, well, duh. So that's what we're doing now. Mondays, Thursdays. Right here on the Rock Band Network. All right, Brian, let's do some news.
All right.
I got to pull it up here. A little slow on the uptake. Here we go. You like Ikea?
I like Ikea. We just got one here a couple years ago here in Denver.
One of my memories, my first memories of Brian Ibbett in the flesh was Nerdtacular 2011, and you wanted to go to Ikea with your wife. And at the time, you didn't have one in Denver or near where you were.
Right.
So you were all excited about coming to the one out by us, and you did. And
That's
I don't know
us
why I
and the
remember
Fletchers.
that. Yeah.
No, us and the Fletchers went out there, and I did the Tremors worms with actual stuffed worms.
That's right. And Scott Fletcher filmed it.
He did.
With his iPhone 4. That's how long ago that was.
It was 3GS, perchance.
May have been a 3GS. Who knows? Well, a woman. No, she can't. No, no
Come
power.
on now. Come on.
Guys, they're pushing it, right? Woman finds IKEA bags, so the shopping bags at IKEA.
Her power is to put up with man. Excelsior.
Sometimes they team up. Sometimes are diametrically opposed. IKEA bags she found a bunch of these full of human bones. It feels like an episode of that dumb show my wife's watching.
Bones? Yeah. Literally, bones. Coming up on bones.
Yep.
Bones.
I shouldn't call it dumb because the characters are great and they're really fun to watch and the acting's good and there's good chemistry, but the actual stories are just so bad. They're just bad.
Did this woman have to assemble, take it home and assemble it?
Put it together and have David Boreanaz.
Did it come with an Allen wrench and a bunch of...
And have David Boreanaz go, enough of your science mumbo jumbo. Let's get to the facts, because that's basically every episode.
No, I'm not talking about the Bones TV show. I'm talking about IKEA. Did she have to take him home and follow the instructions? And okay, you did know where I was going.
No, I knew you were going. I just meant she had her own personal David Boreanaz at her house.
Gotcha. Okay.
You don't have that? You don't have one?
No, I moved away from the whole angel.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, he's still in the house.
No.
Large woman. Sorry. Those large woman. Those large... Those large bright blue IKEA bags are in
trying to come up with her power.
People use them to store things, I guess. Yeah. While on a visit to the Klakenberga Church in southern Sweden in late July. That's where my sister is. By the way, my sister is living in like a temporary, she calls it a slum. And she says it's so bad.
Oh.
Hopefully she calls Thursday. It's probably worse.
Right.
I don't know how any of that's going to work. Kiki Carlin, an erotic author. That's important to know.
Great. She does fanfic.
Yeah, right. Harry and George were waiting for Hermione to,
Coy and Vance walked into the dark room.
Coy and Vance. Now that's some fan fiction I want to read. Oh my gosh. Look up Coy and Vance, people, if you don't know what we're talking about. Don't look up Coy and Vance fan fiction. Actually, you know what? Let's see if it exists. Coy and Vance fan fiction. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Is there really Coy and Vance fanfic?
Fanfiction.net has a story called The Beginning. And it starts like this.
They were just two good old boys. Never meaning no harm.
No harm. The start of the story is... The door opened, and Vance, Coy, and Jeb all came in. Jesse smiled to himself. This is Uncle Jesse. Vance was his next oldest at 21 years old with dark hair. So, kids, how was your day, he asked. Well, Roscoe ran into the fence, Vance said. Oh, wow, this is real bad. I'm trying to see if it gets worse.
Roscoe ran into the fence.
Dewey and Huey Hogg. Let's see here. What was meant by that? The Dukes. Come on, Bo. You know what? This is just straight up story. This isn't like some sexy thing. It's just like...
Wait for it. It probably gets there.
Coy said nod ahead of
Or do you think it's somebody just saying, I could write one of those episodes. I could write an episode of the Dukes of Hazzard.
I mean, how hard could it be?
You know, after watching that one for Film Sack, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
How hard could it be?
No, you and I could do it. No problem. That stuff is terrible.
Yeah.
At least that season was. I still say early on that show had a awesome vibe to it, but it just got real dumb real quick. Anyway, this woman says she was shocked to find IKEA bags overflowing with human bones. Hey, I thought Sweden had no crime, Wendy. What's going on up there?
Well,
all
it
this
doesn't mean it
talk?
was a crime. It's just bones in a bag.
Well, about 80 skeletons worth.
Okay.
How would you feel, she says, if your grandmother or grandfather, if it was your grandmother or grandfather, she says in her personal blog. According to an earlier report from The Local, the bones have been sitting there since 2009. When part of the church was remodeled for wheelchair access, the bones were supposed to have been unburied. So they had reburied. Sorry. So what they did is they took them out of the ground.
Put in a wheelchair ramp, and then they dug up all these bones to make room for it, and then they
just forgot, left them in bags. So there's no crime at all.
Boy.
There's no crime.
No.
Sweden's
well, the only
crime-free.
crime is leaving those bones out.
Yeah.
So this is what they decided they'd put them in. Run down to the IKEA and give me about 80 bags. 80 of those big blue bags, please.
Yeah, how cheap are we? You want Rubbermaid things? No, those cost money. How about free IKEA bags? That's where I think their heads are at. And it is Sweden, after all.
They're not free. You pay for them.
Do you pay for those?
Yeah.
In
that's
Sweden,
how they
do
get
you?
you, too. Oh, well, I know you pay for them here in the States.
Yeah.
If you don't take your own blue bag back to IKEA and reuse it, then you got to buy a new one, unless you want to carry all your stuff out in your hands.
I thought Jogger's nickname was Blue Bags. Old Blue Bags, by the way.
Old blue bags. Old IKEA blue bags.
Yeah.
Don't have any bones in these.
Nope. Let's see here. Ooh, this is bad news.
Okay.
New York City. Dateline, New York City.
Get a rope.
Get a rope. Mount Sinai Hospital there in New York, famous hospital, is now testing patients for Ebola. We thought it was still there in Africa and isolated, and that nobody had gotten on planes and spread it around. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's where it begins.
There's one of those little red lines that made it across the ocean.
Yeah,
you could just see it.
It's the guy from Stargate Atlantis, the scientist
lands
guy.
in New York.
Yep. We're in
and
trouble.
now it's going to spider out from New York and go boom, a bunch of red lines coming out.
Yep. And then before you know it, the monkeys are running their own little town. That was such a good movie. Oh my
really
gosh, loved it. A man who recently returned from West Africa with symptoms consistent with the Ebola virus is being tested for the disease in New York City. He was admitted to a hospital early Monday morning. It's also been last week or yesterday. Could have been yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
A blood sample.
I
I think so. The blood sample was sent Monday to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in Atlanta, the lost city of Atlanta.
Oh God, the CDC in Atlanta.
Yep. We know what happens there.
Oh,
Truman's best friend is about to blow it all up. So I can't think of people's real names, so that's how I do it.
Sure.
You know that about
I
me.
know that guy. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Let's see. It will take 24 to 48 hours. We may know soon then to determine if he has the disease or not. The man presented at Mount Sinai Hospital with a high fever and gastrointestinal problems. Officials say sounds like just an average weekend for me. Authorities wouldn't identify the man or country he'd been to had been to and the reasons for his visit. Officials said the man was isolated from the rest of the hospital within 7 minutes after he arrived. Hospital spokeswoman said all necessary steps are being taken to ensure the safety of all patients, visitors, and staff.
So we don't even know if this is Ebola. He's just been tested for Ebola because he had symptoms that look like it could have been Ebola.
And he came from West Africa, so we think that because we know it's rampant there. There's a problem there. It's real bad right now there.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's spreading like crazy, and it's always there. Like it's a monkey disease, isn't it? You get it. It started from it's a simian thing, and then it passes to humans, and we have no good immunity for it, and it's just real bad. And yeah, I mean, almost every freak out movie you see about a contagion is kind of based on what Ebola does to you. They're all sort of using it as their
hot zone and right.
What was the one with Dustin Hoffman?
That's what I was trying to remember with Rene Russo and Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah. Not Contagion. That was that recent one.
The Jude Law and
yeah. Pepper Potts was in that.
Right.
Emphasis on was. I can't remember the name of it. It was like Contagious or.
It was based on. I thought it was based on the book Hot Zone, but yeah, Outbreak.
Outbreak. That's it. It's that whole that's the story. Well, that's the freak out Hollywood version of what Ebola is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to be careful, man. He could be patient zero. It's bad. And airplanes. It's just the perfect way to spread disease across the world.
Yeah.
Well,
Yikes.
go ahead and relax and don't worry about it and have a nice meal. That's what I say. At HelloFresh.com. They're not going to send you Ebola stuff. They're going to send you good food.
Yeah, perish the thought.
Yeah, this has been terrible for me to even try to make a transition here because
you'll open the door and you'll say, "Hello, Fresh."
Hello, Fresh. Farm fresh ingredients at my door. What? Based on actual recipes created by real chefs. What? Oh, it's amazing. They'll send you everything you need. 30 minutes or less and you've got a meal to impress your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your family, your whoever. Visit HelloFresh.com. Check and see if they deliver to you. If they do, we're going to save you some money. For 50% off your first time order, use the code MorningStream. That's at HelloFresh.com. I recommend it.
If communists have attempted to inject their propaganda into the motion picture, they have failed miserably.
It's Celebrity Poop, and it's brought to you by...
Hello, Frog Pantsers. Would you like to watch a very entertaining person live stream random video games?
Yes.
I'll let you decide. Her name is Cryosphere on Twitch, and she is streaming and entertaining all while helping children in need. Donate to St. Jude's on Cryo's behalf with Frog Pants and your contact email address written in the message field of the donation form. You will then be entered for a chance to win any video game of your choice for any current video game system, including PCs. The winner will be picked randomly on Friday, August 15th. To donate, go to the St. Jude's Play Live webpage, then select Find a Gamer and search for Cryosphere.
Sounds good to me. So, that's interesting. Somebody just sent me a picture of a Canadian. So, I've always said Canadian coins have holes in them.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's not really true. They kind of have just two kinds of metal together.
Right, exactly.
You can pop one out and then kind of put a hole in it.
Then you got a hole in it, yeah.
But it's always been the fun running joke, especially to Jeff Sire, who's probably listening right now. He's probably frustrated at something I said today. Probably. It turns out their paper money now has a full-on like window in it. Have you seen this?
Oh, really? Like a little transparent?
Yeah. Here, I'll send you a linky here.
Okay.
Copy the link. Here we go. Put it in the. I'll put it in the chat room. That way everybody can see it, and you too can see what the hell.
Look at that little winder.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So I predicted the future is what I did.
Either that, or they've just got money that has a picture of a finger.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And you just line it up perfectly.
Just match it up. Yeah, that's the queen, the great queen's finger or whatever. The Queen of Canada. Actually, who's in charge up there? What do they have? They got like a. What do they do? Ambassador, or they got a freaking
the prime minister.
Prime minister. Is that it? Okay.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Who runs your country?
They have a comptroller.
They got a comptroller. The comptroller keeps coming up.
Canadian comptroller.
I love it. I still don't know what. You know what? Let's do it right here on the air. Let's define comptroller.
Okay.
Comptroller definition. Okay. Here you go. A controller used in. Hold on, that thing did. Okay. A controller used in the title of some financial officers. So it's a financial deal.
Sure.
It's so the French. It's French origin for compute or calculation. Latin would be computus. English would be controller. The sort of variant is comptroller. Let's see. So this would be like somebody who's not your CPA, but more your company dude that just makes sure everything's being added up properly, kind of, I guess. Anyway.
Interesting.
A better definition is a comptroller is a management level position responsible for supervising the quality of accounting and financial reporting of an organization. Boy, if your company's big enough to justify having a guy who has that title, then I guess good on you.
Right.
Anyway, there you go. Oh, there's a bunch of... Oh, it's interesting. Canada. The Auditor General of Canada audits federal government spending in Canada. He is the Canadian Comptroller. That's funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's really good.
Yeah, so far the tadpole has a lot of they do say prime minister. Okay.
Is it prime minister?
Governor,
okay.
Governor General, they say. The great Emperor Supreme of the Canadian Grand Admiral, the Grand Moff.
The Grand Moff Canada.
Grand Moff Rob Ford. There we go.
You guys are the best.
Mm-hmm.
You're the greatest. Okay, microphone. I gotta get a new Spider-Man.
Stephen Harper is the...
Oh, yes. Hello, Stephen.
current showrunner, the current master of ceremonies
The MC up there, yeah. Let's do a quick look at Expendables 3. It's out this week,
Sure.
and I don't think it will beat Guardians, is my guess, but it's here. Oh gosh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out. That's only at 44. Oof. Sorry, guys. Actually, the top box office is pretty well reviewed. Look at this here. You got your number one, Guardians of the Galaxy, 92%.
92%. Look at that.
Amazing.
Woo.
Lucy at 62. Yeah, it's all right. It's only 62%.
10% lower.
Yeah. It'll never be above 90. There's no way. Get On Up, 77.
Ooh, I hear everybody should go see that.
Dude, third place. It's not bad.
Nope.
Although it's a distant third, but whatever. Well, second and third are pretty distant to the 94 million Guardians did.
Yeah, juggernaut. I can't wait to see that
crazy.
again.
So crazy. Hercules, 62%. And then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, 91%.
Wow.
That's a hell of a thing. Planes, Fire, and Rescue, then it gets bad. Sex Tape did real bad. Oof. Ugh. All these movies, dude. Anyway, The Expendables, 33%. That's not good. It's about what you expect, though, from these things.
Yeah, it is about what you'd expect. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Comments like, the law of diminishing returns is inexorably setting in with the third iteration. Once you take the grizzled seniors out of the picture and replace them with the United Commandos of Benetton, the Expendables 3 loses one thing that makes it special. Apparently, they got like a bunch of youngsters that take over.
Oh no, it's the handing down of the franchise.
Yeah, I think so. When your oldest guy is Jason Statham, time to end the series, dude.
What? I thought, but I mean, come on, isn't Stallone still part of this?
I guess so.
Harrison Ford's got to be older than Statham.
It says, if it wasn't for nostalgic affection for the cast and their previous endeavors, The Expendables 3 would be borderline unreleasable, it says. Woo!
Wow.
The film has been fixed and in the process broken. There is only so long this concept can last, which in truth is around 20 minutes. Never mind 3 bloody movies. Wow, that's some rough things going on.
I still can't figure out what Kelsey Grammer is doing in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Mel Gibson, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, all makes sense. Kelsey Grammer?
Well, look at that photo. Have you seen the photo where they're all joshing around?
Oh, yeah. Right.
That feels like people giving up to me. Doesn't it? I mean, it looks like they're having fun, and that's important.
Right. But it's, let's just take a quick selfie.
Yeah, that's real goofy. I'll bet this is the end. This is it. Because Harrison Ford ain't doing this again. There's no way.
No. That franchise belongs in a museum, Dad.
How come all their posters are pink?
Well, they're all like Andy Warhol, bright colorized kind of thing.
All right, fine.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah. You gotta love him.
Yeah.
Shitbird.
I mean, it's a hell of a star lineup. I mean, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a cool thing. You couldn't have asked for something cooler if it was actually
Terry
good.
Crews. I am so on the Terry Crews bandwagon, man. I've been watching that Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, how is that?
It is fantastic.
I keep hearing it's good.
It's really, really good.
Someone told me that I shouldn't watch it. It was Eileen Rivera, Tom's wife, said I shouldn't watch it. Yeah, she had all kinds of problems with it. I don't know what it was. She just didn't make her laugh or something.
I think it's a very funny ensemble comedy, but you know, it maybe not for all tastes, but I don't know. It's got that tongue-in-cheek kind of parody stuff going on, the stuff that would never happen, but it's kind of balanced with Andy Samberg, and probably my favorite thing that I've ever seen him do.
Would you call it is it Scrubs like in its presentation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd without the seriousness of Scrubs, because there's the occasional seriousness.
Yeah. I don't know, Scrubs gets away with that.
Yeah,
in a weird way. I always talk about comedies. I can't. You know what? I have to reform what I said before. So I said comedies that have very special moments, like the bike scene or whatever, or the bike shop and Different Strokes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I need to amend that a little bit and say my problem is mainly with 3-camera laugh track based comedies. I can deal with it in something like, you know, A Quiet Moment between George Michael and Michael Sr. in whatever.
Arrested Development.
Yeah,
sure.
or I can deal with it when it comes to something in Scrubs or whatever. There's something about the 3-camera laugh track thing. That's where I don't want my serious moments. And that's why
but they don't have a laugh track in Arrested Development.
No, that's my whole point.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm saying that's where I can deal with it. I cannot deal with it with my laugh track comedies. That's where it snags.
Okay.
Because then not only are you going to have these things that feel totally out of place when you have this feeling that a bunch of people should be laughing, but then those people are also going, and making groan noises. I hate that so much.
Yeah. Well, watch the first episode, the pilot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I mean, Terry Crews is fantastic in it. Dude from Friday Night Lights. What was it? It was Big Love, who played the husband's partner at work. Had the kind of the shaved head, not shaved head, but kind of had the crew cut that you could balance a plate on.
Right.
He's in there.
Right.
It's just really good, really well done.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to check it out then.
Yeah.
I'll finally watch it. I like Terry Crews.
Yeah, do that.
The Big Bang Theory, speaking of 3-camera comedies that have too many quiet moments of introspection. I'm kind of done with this show. I don't find it funny anymore. I try.
There's a lot of backlash going on with this show lately that I've heard.
I don't know what's going on. It's for me. It's not. I'm not like, ew, it's so passe and so yeah. It's not like that. It's just not making me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's running out of what maybe made me laugh in the beginning, and I don't know. Now I'm not laughing. But anyway, whatever. Big Bang Theory stars sign a new contract, so they're off their little. They were going to kind of strike a little bit, and they got huge raises. Worry no longer, Big Bang Theory fans. Jim Parsons, what plays Sheldon Cooper there?
Correct.
Kaylee Kuko, who plays that Penny there.
Kuko Sweeting, because she's married now.
Oh, should she marry this? Who's Sweeting? Who's that?
Some who knows? Some race car driver, DJ, multi millionaire.
Is his name Jerry?
I have no idea. I don't even know what he does or who he is.
Jerry was a race car driver.
He's a lucky SOB, whatever he is.
She is totally my kind of gal.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that by like, she is not this rail thin Hollywood construct. She looks like a normal girl, and I like that a lot.
Exactly.
And Johnny Galecki, whatever.
Yeah, Johnny Galecki.
Is that how I said it?
Yep. From Roseanne.
Fame and Fortune from Roseanne, and of course, the Christmas Vacation.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
yes.
he was Rusty in that. Have signed new contracts with Warner Bros. TV and production on season 8 and expected to begin soon. That's according to News. The deal is for 3 years. Wow, 3 more years of this. See, that's an 11-year, dude. That's too many years.
Season? Wow. Yeah,
that's too many years. You're pushing it too long, man. What are we doing? Parsons Kuko sweeting rather. Parsons Kuko sweeting and Galecki were asking friends money. They were looking for friends money, they call it.
Is that their term?
Yeah. Deadline reports 3 got the desired raise and more with production deals, more syndication back end and bonuses. However, Kunal Nair and Simon Hedberg have yet to sign new packs with Warner Brothers. Big Bang Theory was set to go into production on Wednesday, July 30th, and that all got delayed because they all want more money. Here's what I would do.
No love for Blossom.
Nope. None. I think I would just, if you're in syndication, you have this many episodes, you can just retire and be done. Why do you even care anymore?
Right, exactly. Those checks will keep coming.
I just say, you know what? I'm not signing on again. Sorry, no Howard for your final 3 seasons.
Then it's done. I mean, no Howard, no Raj. You don't continue on with the show.
I kind of agree. Why would you? They got that funny. They got that dude that owns the comic book store. He's all right.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
I guess Community did it without Glover.
Yeah, and without
it seemed to do just fine.
Without Chevy Chase.
Well,
yeah. Maybe to their betterment.
I think so.
Somebody suggested on Twitter that yesterday they said they've come to the realization that maybe none of the things they ever saw Chevy Chase in were actually funny. They thought it was funny at the time, but they look back now and it's maybe not that funny. And I got to thinking, is Chevy Chase really all that funny? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think it works anymore. Like, you can say, oh, Christmas Vacation, what a classic. But is he the reason? I mean, he's important to it.
Yeah.
Because he's Clark. But there's a lot of other reasons why that show's funny.
I think that's what I do find those funny. I find him funny in those. I find him funny in Fletch.
See, does Fletch hold up? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it does. I need to see it. It's been so long since I've seen it. I don't know. I don't know if he's funny. Maybe he never was. This has all been a big trick, a big dupe. I'll tell you what is not a big trick or a dupe. It's our friends at tweakedaudio.com. They're going to send you some sweet earbuds, and they're going to do it on the cheap. 33% off if you use our code STREAM at checkout. They've been servicing you guys for years now and have been amazing supporters of the show. Support them and us by going to tweakedaudio.com, use the code STREAM, and save some money on a hot pair of earbuds. 33% off. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Chinbeard will be here. Justin Robert Young will be here. And we'll have a little more than that even. But Brian's got music in the meantime. What do you got?
Yes. So Scooby Dad emailed in and said, it's my lovely... And he used the TMS requests form, which you can find online at... Oh, shoot. I should have that on here.
It's tiny.cc/TMS requests?
I think that's right. Or is it tiny URL? I think it is tiny.cc. It is tiny.cc/TMS requests. So you go there and you enter in your information. You enter in the date, if there is one, that you want to hear your request, and your note. And it's even easier because it's all organized right here in one place.
Nice.
And this is becoming the first place that I look. So that's a bonus right there. All right. So Scooby Dad emailed in or messaged in and said that tomorrow is his lovely bride's birthday. I won't say which one, but she is my best friend and I love her with all my heart, even more so after 20 years of marriage. He wants a cover of I Left My Heart in San Francisco. So I did a little searching around, and the Four Tops did a version of that song. Of course, the song mostly attributed to Tony Bennett, although he wasn't the first performer. It was actually originally done by Corey and Cross. Songs and music.
He's just so
lyrics.
iconic, though. He kind of ended up owning it a little bit.
Exactly. Then I found out that there was a Joan Jett version. So I went over to Amazon, looked in there. It's like, oh, well, I can buy the CD, but I can't buy MP3s. That's all right. I'll go over to iTunes, and I do a little search there. Ooh, no, can't find it there either. Then I go over to HypeM, and I go over to MP3 Panda and some of my other little secondary places that I go for those things. No luck. Cannot find a downloadable version of this thing anywhere that I can play on the show.
Yeah.
But, I'm the cover guy. I'm the cover master.
No, yeah, you can't. Nobody going to keep you down.
That's right, exactly. So we won't even say where I got it, but I got it, okay? That's all you need to know.
Okay.
All you need to know is that I got it.
I'm asking no questions.
Exactly. She released this on an EP that I have on order, so I will own this thing in a few days. Well, it'll be in my possession in a few days. An EP that she released in 2001 called Unfinished Business. And for the most part, it was sports themed. There's a cover of Love Is All Around on there that we've played on the show before, the Mary Tyler Moore theme, and some other things. But it includes this great cover of Tony Bennett's, I'm going to call it Tony Bennett's, I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Here's Joan Jett.
Fun, wonderful. And for context, I love rock and roll, right? That's Joan Jett.
That's Joan Jett.
Oh,
yes.
okay, good.
Former member of the Runaways who did Cherry Bomb, which you heard prominently in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's right.
During the montage scene.
Oh, that was a great use of that, I thought. Actually, that whole soundtrack, amazing.
Whole soundtrack, fantastic.
Yeah, so such a great juxtaposition against this space story. Fantastic.
Yes,
anyway, here it is. It's I Left My Heart in San Francisco. We left ours in Denver. Or I don't know what I'm saying. So here it is.
We left ours at the other side of this and then after the break.
Yeah, well, we'll pick it back up, shove it back in our chests, and then talk to those two dingleheads at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.
I left my heart in San Francisco. With this trailer, a compact owner can now join the camper-crowded highways on a weekend trek to some not-too-distant Shangri-La. The trailer hitches to a reinforced point about midway on the roof of the car. This makes the coupling more secure, thus eliminating sway, floating, and jackknifing. The trailer itself is very light, and this hitch assembly distributes the weight evenly over all 4 wheels of the car.
In the Utah?
Now with 100% more Dermot McGronley and Don Cheeto. This is the Morning Stream.
And we're back. Well, that was short and sweet and kind of rocking, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All those other versions I mentioned are kind of the slow and ballady and stuff, and they're great. They're sweet in their own their own way, but you kind of need the rock and roll to kind of differentiate with that song. For sure.
Think YouTube will hate us for that one? I wonder, because I don't think that one's. Well, I guess you got it on YouTube.
It's not commercially available, so it's going to be
easy sneezy.
Difficult, much more difficult for them to track it down.
Good, because I hate when they do that.
Yes, exactly.
We're gonna call Bill.
And I own it. I've bought it. It's not in my hands yet, but I purchased it, so.
Yeah, we don't care what they think. Brian's always on the up and up.
Right on.
That's what he does. It's how he rolls. Let's get Bill in here. I think I got a little something here to play for Bill. How about I don't know. How about this one? Right here.
Yeah.
There's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's last week.
Yeah.
Bill Duran, aka Chin Beard, is on the line. Hello, Bill.
Morning, gents.
How's it going, Bill?
How you doing?
Bill. What's that from? Bill. What am I doing? What's that? Remind me of something. Not Jill.
Jill.
No, it's something else.
Jill.
No, Bill.
Jill.
Barry.
No.
Jill.
Oh, crap. Forget it.
Jill.
Whoops. Didn't mean
Holy
to
crap.
press that. Bill's here. He's our fitness geek. Comes on the show Tuesdays. Talks about how to be a fitter nerd and get our lifestyle in a little more healthy place. And we always look forward to it. Bill took a little heat over the last week for recommending salty nuts and beef jerky as a thing to be eating all day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you wanted to.
Salted, roasted almonds.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
My main thing is I don't have high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And people who do tend to have to be concerned with their sodium intake. So I overlook that sometimes, and I apologize.
That's all right.
Well, and it's far better than having a bowl full of everlasting gobstoppers and sweet tarts sitting next to you that you're munching on, right?
Yes.
If you've not that any of us would do that.
No, of course not.
No. If you've got an oral fixation, almonds, good thing. I almost said nuts.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, me neither. Because you should come jog with me the next time you have a craving.
Exactly.
So, Bill, what's on tap today, man? Can't wait to hear it.
So we've talked about fast food restaurants.
Surely have, yeah.
Pointed out both the best and the worst. What about the bigger chain restaurants?
Like your TGI Fridays and your Red Robins and stuff. Sure.
I hear Cheesecake Factory's super duper healthy.
Yeah, yeah. Always worried about your waist over there.
This website called today.com had a really good article a couple weeks ago about the fattest chain restaurant meals.
Oh God!
So if you have to guess, he already guessed Cheesecake Factory, and you get a gold star for that. One other one that made the most? That won. Let's say we'll say that they won.
Was it the Red Robin?
Red Robin's burger.
Aha! Yes.
Bill missed Thursday's episode. That's what that means. That burger and that shake. Well, I don't remember what the combo was, but
fries, exactly. It was like you get everything.
It was pretty bad.
So here's the irony that is my life. I did this little thing like a month ago. I made my own convention. I called it PropCon, and 10 people showed up. It was great. 2 of them I didn't know, so big deal.
That's how these things start, dude. Could snowball from there.
Yeah. After we all went and saw a movie, we went and saw Edge of Tomorrow, and then after that, we went out to hey guys, we'll go just meet at a restaurant. We went to Red Robin.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's the worst.
Yeah. So, it's not. It's the worst in that you're getting the most caloric intake for your money for your meal.
Right.
And so it's not so much that everything in those burgers or whatever are terrible for you. It's just that it's such a massive amount of food.
Yes. Yes. It has to do with our perceived value of a meal based on the volume of quantity or volume of calories that you're getting from that meal versus the dollars you spent on it.
Right. So like 5,000 calories seems like a pretty good deal for $7 to some people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you're going for, there's that app that the MIT kids created that you punch in the amount of money you have in your pocket and they tell you how to get the most calories at Taco Bell.
Yes.
You remember that?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. Did we talk about that? That's amazing.
I can't remember if we talked about it here or.
Is that still a thing I can do?
I'm finding it. I'm going to find it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll I think it was just an email address. You could send in an email with
That's
a specific
right,
subject
yes.
line. Yeah. So Red Robin had their monster meal with 3,500 calories. That's the peppercorn burger with bottomless steak fries and a monster salted caramel milkshake.
Oh my gosh.
Now here's what I want to know. If they're trying to
Salted
figure out
caramel. That's like the Jude Law of the food world right now.
What, you meaning he's in everything? Is that what you mean?
Everything has a salted caramel variety.
I thought you meant because he's kind of hot and I have a man crush on him. I thought that's what you meant.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
So that can even be misleading too, though, because if you're getting an unlimited number of French fries, like you and I've been there, I've done it, where you're like, "Excuse me, miss, the basket that we had full of fries is empty now. Could you put some more in there?" And she's like, "Well, happily."
I don't know what that sound is. Sorry, my phone just went nuts. Anyway, yeah.
So
can you do that
if-
there? They just have unlimited fries. You can just keep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
I remember, what was it? Scott Kurtz did a PvP comic where they went to Red Robin and they did a fry five. They were just throwing fries everywhere because they could get as many as they wanted.
Fry five.
They each had a handful of fries and they just high five.
That's awesome. He's on Current Geek this week, by the way. People should tune into that. Yeah, it'll be good.
All right, so it is still running, by the way. The if you send an email to Taco Bell at sendmail.io with the amount of money you want to spend in the subject line, no dollar signs, and you get an email back to you that tells you how to spend your money to get the most calories.
So it's some kind of bot or something that just replies?
Exactly. So for $6, I can get a Nacho Bel Grande with 760 calories, a chicken burrito with 400 calories, and a bean burrito with 370 calories. I've spent $5.97 and I've gotten 1,530 calories.
So it's true. It is cheaper for people to, it's just straight up cheaper to eat at McDonald's and Taco Bell than it does to go to the store and buy ingredients and make your own food.
Yep.
Ugh. What have we done? What have we done?
The thing with the bottomless fries that worries me, though, is if you look at the menu and there is a calorie amount, like most restaurants are required to put that on there now. How do you know if you just, because you could easily eat 3,500 calories worth of peppercorn burger and caramel milkshake and then another 3,000 in fries.
Yeah.
How do you know? You don't, and that's the not knowing is the really tricky part. So you mentioned Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
They have something called bruleed French toast.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So this is what got me 2,700 calories, which is about what I could do that in a day. That's a day worth of calories for me.
Not a problem.
But also 5 days worth of saturated fat.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. You would have to swim laps for 7 hours to work it off.
Is that true?
Oh my God.
Yeah. What? That's very depressing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
all right.
and also don't eat the bruleed French toast right before swimming, or else you get a stomachache.
Yeah, you
Right.
will. That's what my mom
30 minutes.
always told me.
Yeah.
That's what she always said.
So the article did not just demonizing, because it's fun to say, look at this crazy horse apples
Sure.
over here.
Sure.
There's some good options here, and the first one is to get one entree, split it with someone else, and this is something I do with my wife all the time.
Yeah, same with Kim and I. It's an easy thing to do. It's less expensive, and you still are full when you're done.
We've even gone to this. We have a Chinese place that we love. It's so very, very delicious.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go there and we'll split it, and we'll have leftovers because they just give you so much food.
Yeah.
So it's like 4 meals worth of food, and it's one entree.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could do something like getting an appetizer as an entree. Although I've learned this can backfire. I ordered nachos as an appetizer to have as my meal, and it was easily 4 people's worth of food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
yeah, some of these places, I mean, yeah, an appetizer, and even an appetizer as a meal is just so much damn food.
Well, sometimes the appetizer they design it to be for an entire table worth of people. I was flying back from San Francisco, and I was in the airport, and I was like, I'll get the fried calamari appetizer, whatever. And it showed up in a comically large martini glass, and it had fries and chips at the bottom. It was so much food. Like I was asking other people at the bar, like, anyone else want this?
Yeah.
They all shied away. They were terrified.
Also, was that before or after your flight?
It was before the flight.
Oh, you big bloated dude in a plane just going.
It was a gamble. It was a gamble.
Oh gosh, yeah, I couldn't do that. Yeah, everyone who has these big meals before flights. What are you? Who are you people? What is going on? How is that a thing people can do? I can't even imagine it. Now I can dump me off, put me on the other side, and say, "Yep, now we're gonna have a big meal. I'm ready." Mm-hmm. Not before, man.
Something else, and this is a big one. Anything that says bottomless or unlimited, especially when it comes to fries or soda, because fries and soda are very, very cheap to make. And if they want you to feel like you got more than you paid for, they will jam you full of soda and fries. Don't get those. Like, oh, if you spend 25 cents more, you get free refills on your soda, or if you order this thing, it comes with unlimited fries. Shy away from those things. It's a perceived extra value for your meal, but it's value you don't need. You know, it's
like saying I'm going to this bar, and if you buy 3 drinks, you get unlimited punches from a big strong guy in the face.
That is extra. It really does extend my dollar a little longer than I thought it would. So
yeah. How about like when you do all you can eat steak and shrimp at Sizzler, right?
Well, what you do there then is you bring a cooler. I don't know.
This is what my Korean brother does, dude.
Big purse.
Yeah, my Korean brother and his wife, they're famous for this. They'll go to a restaurant and ask for all the extra rolls and salad and the stuff they give you, like breadsticks or whatever. And she brings bags in her purse, stuffs them in there, and takes them home.
No way, that's awesome.
She doesn't need to. They've got plenty of money. They just can't. She cannot get her like poor Korean street urchin ways out of her mind, and she just can't help it. It's so funny. I like it.
The last little tip here, the Cheesecake Factory, as the name would suggest, has a Reese's peanut butter chocolate cheesecake.
Oh, good Lord.
Which sounds so very, very good.
Doesn't it?
But a serving of that comes in at 1,500 calories. So, could you imagine putting down 3,000 worth of a burger and fries and then being like,
top it off.
Cheesecake here.
I used to do that. I've done that.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, back when my metabolism could just burn off whatever I threw at it, that wouldn't have been all that abnormal. And now I wouldn't even get I would eventually, I guess.
Get to the parking lot.
No,
I just find my body on the sidewalk.
Yeah, it would make me ill. Like it would just make me sick now to eat that much food in one sitting.
Right. So here's the thing. It does sound really, really good. I love Reese's peanut butter. And but if I wanted to get that, and I am at a table full of people, I could be like, hey gang, I'm gonna order this, everyone dig in. Then 5 or 6 people share it instead of just me just stuffing regret in my face.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do you don't have to skip out on that. Like the first couple bites are the best anyway.
Yeah.
So just go in, have a couple bites, and then let the rest of the hyenas have at it.
Yeah, go in, couple bites, get the hell out of there.
Right.
That's the
Toss
thing.
it down to the end of the table and stand back.
It's true. You don't have to take some staunch stance against all these things. You just have to live within those ecosystems in moderation, right? And eventually, what ends up happening is these places start to have to cater to you. So we're already seeing like a huge drop in like soda sales. People just aren't buying pop as much as they used to. I'm using both vernaculars in case keep looking across the country. But the point is, McDonald's didn't make a bunch of healthy stuff on their menu because they just sat around one day going, you know what we ought to do? They did it because there's demand for it, because people's behaviors determine what they do with their business. So you want to make some of those changes or see those changes happen. A lot of that just comes from straight up being a responsible, good eater, and things will fall.
Apparently, the Cheesecake Factory does have what they're calling a skinny-licious menu with 50 choices under 59 calories. The only problem I have with that is I don't want to be the guy at the table ordering from the skinny-licious menu.
Yep.
Making it so bogus.
Yeah.
Making the normal size portions, making that an outcast is really what they've done. The options are there, but people will be, you're at a table and everyone's like, "Oh, I'll have the cheesecake," and you're like, "I'd like something from the Skinnylicious menu if that's okay." And everyone at the table's like, "What's the matter, sissy? You can't handle a little cheesecake?"
I'll take these Skinnylicious shrimp summer rolls, please.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, you think they do that just so that you'll avoid
upsell.
it just because of the stigma?
Yeah, you upsell. That's it. You go to Texas Roadhouse, and they're like, "What do you want?" Yeah, I'd like the petite steak. Well, aren't you a big loser? You know?
Yeah, I know.
Petite.
So, I don't know. Some marketing dude invented the word Skinnylicious, and I'm glad they have those options. But I want to punch that guy in the face. Why not? Why not call it the "Hey, I am a responsible adult who doesn't want to die an early death with my veins full of cheesecake" menu? How about that? Let's call it that.
Call it what it is. All right. Well, Bill, always fun, always a pleasure. How's your work up to DragonCon going? You all set? You good?
I don't know.
How are all those claptraps going? The army.
Yeah.
We
how's
got
the army
a
going?
bunch of them. Holy crap! Yeah, the tiny.cc/claptrapdc I think is the link if people want to check that out. We've got a bunch of them. We're gonna be in the DragonCon parade in the Borderlands group. We're gonna have some claptraps rolling around.
Nice.
And then the other thing, I'm going to be rolling out new projects every week, just getting ready for DragonCon. I just finished the M98 Widow sniper rifle from Mass Effect.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
There's a video for it up on punishedprops.com. So if you're listening, you should go check that out because I'm really proud of how that turned out.
You should be. It's enormous, is the thing.
It is.
Carrying that around a con you're going to need a couple of Sherpas, dude.
I don't have to do that. It's not for me. I'm going to ship it off to the dude who paid for it, and it's his problem.
Oh, it's a commission. Well, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and by the way, he's full up. Don't ask for more. He's got all the commissions he can handle this year. Punishedprops.com, Chinbeard on Twitter. Always fun. We'll talk to you later, man. Stay out of trouble. Bye now.
Bye.
He's bunking with Corinne at the Salt Lake Comic-Con because my daughter will be here for a month again, and we have no room.
Right. No room at the end.
No sleeping room, so it's all about Bill staying at Corinne's house.
I've bunked at Corinne's house, and I can say that it's a fantastic and comfortable room with a good TV, and the room service kind of sucks.
I know, right? Oh, the staff. It's just a problem.
Oh, the surly staff. My gosh.
Yeah, and the bed bugs.
No turn down service. No mint on my pillow.
The roach vomit.
It's not like staying in the Clip Clop.
Nope. The Clip in the Utah? Is that the one?
It's the one.
I'm gonna. All right, we're gonna call Justin because that's what we do.
Right.
And see if we can't get what's going on in his head today. Let's see here. We're gonna. I think he and I are up for later this afternoon. I think we're going to try to squeeze in the spoiler cast. That's the plan anyway. But here's his theme.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Justin Robert Young, what's going on?
How you guys doing?
Your hair is high today. It's high.
Wow,
Yeah,
no kidding.
It's I'm
Is that
it's
a bird
getting
that put
unmanageable again.
You sorry, what? Say it again.
It's getting unmanageable again.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, so you've had to resort to product or something? Like how are you keeping it all in check there?
Oh no, good look. I mean, like in terms of resorting, like this is a little product I like to call Oily Man's Delight.
That's gross. But
yeah,
effective.
Here's the trick.
Yeah.
You become a greasy, oily slug overnight, and then next thing you know, your hair just goes all hither and none.
Yeah, I in some ways it's the natural state. You know, it's not like you're living like maybe man should be living, in his own filth.
That's one way to put it. Sure.
Why
That's a really good thing for me to think.
Yeah, why not? Hey, I should let people know. Justin Robert Young comes on the show. We call it jury duty, and he hangs out here with us, and we have a good time. We talk about stuff, sometimes subjects of great import, and sometimes subjects of complete and utter ill repute. And today, I have no idea what you bring to the good table. What is it? What do you got in your bag?
You mentioned before that we're going to aim to do a spoiler cast of Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, it's pretty much the only thing anybody wants to talk to. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how does this work? Like that we live in this universe where there's like legitimate, like the Hollywood Reporter is saying like, well, like I wonder if they'll make a Moon Knight movie.
Yeah, dude. I couldn't even get friends to understand who Moon Knight was when I was reading it in high school. And now...
Imagine how many people will pretend to know who Moon Knight was if they announce a movie in like 5... Everyone, well, actually, Moon Knight was kind of my favorite character.
Oh, yeah, no. I get this all the time from jock friends of mine as it is. In fact, I kind of had a weird experience, so I don't know if he listens to this show or not, but I talked on the therapy show and on this show a couple of times, I think, about a guy I knew in junior high and high school that treated me pretty crappy and was kind of the only quote-unquote bully I could really point to, because the rest, I really didn't have any other bully experiences, but this guy was just kind of that way. Anyway, just kind of nonchalant, never going to see him again, don't know where he is, don't know what his life turned into, but I just, moving on with mine, and I bring it up openly. I get this big, long Facebook email yesterday from this guy who is, a couple days ago. And because it was about therapy shows, episode 2, I guess it was, and where we talked specifically about bullying, and his name came up, and we talked about stuff. This email wasn't like you big jerk, can't believe you talked about me, or whatever. I was afraid it was, right? But I dug into it, and it was all this big apology. It was like I didn't really know what I was doing. I had no idea that I was having this effect on some people, and I don't blame you at all for feeling that way. And I'm glad you have this outlet to talk about, like all this kind of stuff. Really caught me off guard. I forgot to mention this, so you just reminded me of it, and I'm glad I brought it up. But it's
all right.
Reconciliation, man.
I mean, you're kind of burying the lead
a little bit. I didn't mean to. Yeah.
In the fact that you've won, right?
Kind of.
Like, this guy is enjoying your content as a creator, and surely if he's listening to the therapy show, that has to be, because that's so new. Mm-hmm. It can't just be like, oh, I just saw
landed there.
Show.
Yeah, he probably he's probably caught it here. He probably, or it could be just, I post that stuff on Facebook, and I didn't realize I just accept friends on Facebook willy-nilly. I don't really pay attention. So I don't know when that happened, but maybe he just saw it there. I'm not totally sure, and I didn't ask, but apparently he's really into it.
It's likely that was not the first that he was aware of you as a creator or has enjoyed your product from the Frog Pants Network.
Probably. It seemed likely, yeah. Percentage-wise.
So you won. I mean, like, that's the thing. I mean, like, you are a producer for him. He is looking at you as somebody that, just does this other thing for a living. And I don't know what he does. Let's assume it's hardware salesman.
Actually, I can tell you, he runs. It's actually kind of good stuff. He runs these homes for, I don't want to say they're veterans, but people with older people. It's not an assisted living home, but it's something kind of similar to that. And he also does social work. Like, he's got a degree in social work where he goes to like hospitals and helps people with emotional trauma and stuff.
Utah story I've ever heard.
It kind of is. It kind of is.
The bully's the one who runs the social work for the elderly veterans.
Well, I mean, but
my state are all doing coke and running pyramid schemes, and trying to hit 400 miles an hour on a cigarette boat from here to Bermuda. Like,
right.
This is your bully.
He is. But maybe this is the whole point. Maybe what this comes down to is look how people can alter their trajectory. Because in high school, he was kind of jerk number one for a lot of people, not just me. And I had always just said, well, I guess that's that, and I'll just move on and do what I'm ever going to do. But it was always in the back of my mind. It was like, that one guy, man, that one guy. Could have been friends. I don't know why it couldn't work out, blah, blah, blah. And you always just kind of regret it. And so to find out that, he feels badly about that there's some reconciliation there, and that he's, kind of up to good stuff is all very nice. I kind of came away going, oh, well, that goes against the grain. That's not the usual. So I take part in that, I take comfort in that.
But also, I think that there's a very serious note here where it's never too late to just kind of send that one note, right? No matter where you've been in your life, you've probably done something that was not at your best, and obviously nobody wants to be defined by their worst action. But unfortunately, at times when you look at, we can only see the world through our own perspective, and if that is how you are defined to somebody, maybe hitting them up with a 2-line Facebook thing and being like, hey, by the way, like, I was just thinking about I know it's weird, but I was thinking about this one thing where I was the total chimp, and I really hated that. So I just want to let you know, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, like that ain't bad.
No.
Like that would make people. That makes people on the other end feel good 100% of the time.
Even if they never hear from their nemesis, that should help you. That should help them feel like there's some justice in the world. You know, like the one guy. I shouldn't say the one guy. Him. It was kind of a double effort. It was him and this other guy.
Good. We can still hate one of them.
Well, sort of, except that guy died in a horrible car accident, so I feel bad for that guy.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. But yeah, and in fact, the last time I saw this other dude was at his funeral, and I made an effort at that thing. This was like, I guess I'd have been like 29 or something. And I remember going up to him to make kind of like an attempt to shake his hand and say, "Hey, we're here for a common reason. It's a real sad deal, whatever." And he basically gave me a complete brush off and had to talk on his cell phone, and I never saw him again that day. And I just remember going, "Well, that's him still. That's still the same dude." But I think enough time passes, you get a good.
Like, who knows? I don't know. I always it's weird to like take anybody's actions at a funeral or something seriously.
No, absolutely not. But I'm coming in there with all my baggage, right, of my previous experience with this dude. So I was sure that was him brushing me off and just furthering the divide that was my relationship with him. So I just took it as like a complete slight and went, "Forget this. F that guy. Forget it. I'm on my way." And then, to have this 30-year relationship end in this very heartfelt kind of communication via a social network where he was able to track me down. I don't know. Just it's kind of nice. In my world filled with chasing geese and dudes nuts hanging out of their pants, it's nice to have something like this happen once in a while,
It really is. It's a great story on so many different kinds of levels, though, because it's not only you dealing with experiencing more of the fruits of this kind of creation that you built with the Frog Pants Network, and you finding a reward for getting on every single day and talking, and then the therapy show becoming its own spinoff, and you getting to do something with your sister.
Yeah.
But also like I don't know. It always just drives me nuts whenever Ashley did a video a couple weeks ago about this poem called like "Look Up" that I guess was very popular on the internet. It was just one of these like, you're missing the world by looking down at your phone.
Your smartphone, sure.
And he's British, so it makes it even more smug. And he's, if only you would look up instead of down. We are fake friends. And it's just like so annoying that like it's to think that we are not more connected.
Yeah.
That barrier for that dude to say, hey, I mean, number one, that it exists where your raw nerve on this subject decades later, right, can be felt by this guy. And then he can, if he has the gumption to respond, like, and make that connection and kind of like close up that open wound from years and years ago is amazing.
Yeah, it was kind of amazing. The best part about it, I think, was the initial reaction when I saw his name in the subject, and it said your most recent therapy episode, and not having heard from him since my last bad experience with him, I went, oh my gosh. And like the 12, 13-year-old in me kind of came out, and I got real raw for a minute. Like just kind of I got all kind of tense and just like, oh no, I'm about to get berated via this stupid Facebook email by somebody who I haven't seen in 25 years, but it's going to be just as bad as it ever was. I mean, here goes phase 3. That was my first thing, right? My first reaction.
That is shocking.
Yeah.
That you spiral into panicking about a bunch of scenarios that may or may not happen.
Yeah, I don't catastrophize at all. I'm not known for that. No. But so this happens. I read it, and it was like such a relief. It was just like, oh man, like it kind of made my whole day. Actually, it made my whole week. It was nice. So yeah, it was a good learning experience. I guess the takeaway is if you, I don't know, there are scenarios in your future, even if you think you're dealing with just like the worst possible case right now, that very case could be a real flip at some point, and maybe even likely will be. Time is a weird thing, Time does stuff to people, and in his case, it altered. Well, it certainly altered him in ways that align him a lot closer to who I am than how we used to be. So
I think the real lesson here, though, is this is the deepest conversation about Moon Knight ever.
Yeah, nobody's ever gotten this serious about Moon Knight. I'll tell you this. I teamed up with Moon Knight yesterday, and this is the truth. I played.
Game you've been playing?
I played Marvel Heroes 2015, and I'm currently playing Miss Marvel because she's a complete badass in this game. And I teamed up with Moon Knight and Groot. Groot was his companion, and we all got together and tore it up. It was fun. Nice. So Moon Knight, still a threat.
Which one of his personalities were you playing with?
The one that was slightly less manic and a little more chilled out, I guess. Yeah. I used to be a huge Moon Knight fan. Like, I thought that comic was great when it was out.
Yeah.
When I was younger, and I don't know why anyone else couldn't care less about it, but I sure thought it was cool. So this idea that Marvel's now dipping their toe into pools of strange cosmic Marvel Universe business is super exciting to me, because now all the weird can come out, and I'm totally cool with it. I'm ready. My body is ready.
So here's the question about the Marvel movies, though.
Yeah.
Because we have eliminated. Let's go back into time and remember this argument.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could really do 2 Marvel movies a year. I think that's a little too much.
Right.
And they did what, like 4 this year?
4 this year, and I think we're looking at probably another 4 next year, right?
Yeah. Well,
they only did 2.
Well, if you count counting the.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm counting the X-Men and Spider-Man movies. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yes, there were 4 movies about Marvel characters,
but only 2 from Marvel Disney.
Yeah.
Although at this point, like, it's so weird that it's like, oh yeah, X-Men, Spider-Man. It's like kind of like Kmart superheroes. Like,
they kind of are. I
mean, when did that happen? How did it freaking happen?
Like, can we please get back to the Guardians of the Galaxy? I'm tired of all these B superheroes like Spider-Man and X-Men.
And the X-Men, the butter and which their bread has oft been buttered, are sitting in the D list with Kathy Griffin going, "What are we doing here?" You know, like, what the heck? It just boggles me that I don't really care about cinematic Spider-Man right now.
Is kind of rebooting Spider-Man again, or at least like they've moved back the Spider-Man sequel, and they are now going to focus on the Sinister Six and a Venom Carnage movie.
Yeah, you know what? At some point, you are diminishing the quality of the product you have the rights to make stuff about, and at some point, doesn't that create a possible court case where Marvel Studios could say they are mismanaging this, and therefore it is now our contract is moot and we can buy it back or whatever?
Number one, you are going to, not that this is the therapy show, but you are going to be best to move on from the concept that Marvel Studios will ever, pending a major apocalypse in the world's economy in which Sony wants to sell off their film division because they find it to be a bauble that they can no longer afford. That's the only way that Disney ever gets Spider-Man.
Okay, the year is 2005, and I've approached a young Justin Robert Young.
Yeah.
And I've said to him, hey, I'll bet they make a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and it'll be the #1 movie hit that year. What do you think about that? And you'd say...
I'd say I haven't read Guardians of the Galaxy.
Not that this is a fictitious therapy episode, but you are best to leave behind your ideas of insanity. You would have said something similar to me. I'm not saying it's even the same thing. It's a bad comparison.
No. Well, but like, I mean, that is kind of bumping your head against the wall. I mean, like there's no, like, the idea that they would make a Guardians of the Galaxy movie is about as realistic as them making a Howard the Duck movie, which at this point, you would say, yeah, I mean, that's semi-realistic at this point. Like, I mean, they own Howard the Duck. I guess that's the point. It's like they own Guardians of the Galaxy. They don't own Spider-Man. And like, it would just take something beyond somebody saying, well, let's green light this, then, you know, for that to happen.
If the next Spider-Man, here's the scenario. The next Spider-Man movie or whatever spinoff it is a $200 million budget and tanks at the box office. Now, I know that's the part that you say is unlikely, but let's say it begins to tank, because again, diminishing returns after some point.
It might tank.
If it tanks completely, I say that there's precedence there, that there's a chance that Sony's like, ugh, all right, fine, let's just
take this albatross off our neck.
Yeah. But the problem is Sony knows this. The problem is Sony knows Even if they haven't been able to get out of what they need to, they know it's not truly an albatross because they know that Sony or that Marvel Studios will take it and make something amazing out of it. And they don't want to. It's almost like, well, yeah, ours will never be wonderful again, but at least you won't have it to make your killer freaking turnover. Like you're going to make it amazing again.
I don't think we'll ever see a Marvel Studios based Spider-Man standalone movie. Who knows? I mean, like it would be. I guess there was rumors that in Avengers, Sony had given Marvel Disney permission to put an Oscorp building in the New York City skyline.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
That's interesting. And they can say mutant again.
But there was permission. So
yeah.
Who knows if we see if like it's a co-financing thing, but at the same time, it's like for Disney, you have no incentive to like pay a king's ransom to put Spider-Man in your movie, right? Like why do that when audiences really want the talking raccoon in the trade?
No, Guardians proves one thing, and that is that they are no shortage of things they could now do. I mean, I'm more excited for Ant-Man than I ever would have been after seeing this treatment. I mean, it's unproven with that director and stuff yet, and we may get something as amazing as this, or we may get something as okay, better than most, but not amazing as Thor 2 or something. But either way, what's stopping them? They could do all this stuff now. There's so many things you could do. You're going to show a Celestial's head floating in space? Hey, guess what? You could go all kinds of crazy ways with the Celestial story. Like,
let's get some Inhumans up there.
Sure. They showed the Celestial in action in the collector's video monologue.
Oh, right, they did.
His little 4K screen business that he pops out.
His Michael Bay demo.
Yeah.
Right?
I flip you.
Look at this curved screen.
Yeah,
I'm done. See ya.
And then that's where they showed the Tesseract Cube was shown in that little montage. Yeah.
Well, so we have 3 down, right?
Not a spoiler, by the way. That's just in there, just floating in there. Anyway, 3 down.
So's the what's it called? Cube from
the Cosmic Cube.
The Thor of the Dark World.
It's a Tesseract cube, right? The
Tesseract.
Yeah. That's the one.
No, the one the darkness that inhabits Queen Amidala and the doctors.
Oh! They showed that. I missed that. Yeah. I think there's some site I went to the other day. It was Film Reel or somebody. I can't remember. Maybe it was Slash Film. Anyway, somebody's got every possible Easter egg /
Oh yeah. I watched that same video where you see the gauntlet.
So did I, and I got a bone to pick with that video.
All right.
Oracle is not a fake company. Oracle is not an Easter egg.
Right.
Oracle is not Roxxon. Oracle is a real company. Oracle's in there because they bought product placement because Larry Ellison was used as the voice and mannerisms inspiration for Tony Stark. Okay.
Right.
Oracle is not fake.
Right.
I kept wondering why they kept saying, look, there's Oracle again. It's like, okay, so what? There's Sun Microsystems right above it. Why aren't you calling that one out?
Yeah. The freaking Transformers, primordial Transformers metal turns into a Beats Audio freaking boombox. You telling me that was just by happenstance? Yeah, that's freaking product placement is what that is.
Well, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I'm not, my nerd cred is not to the point where I could point out that there was, I guess, a fake Oracle company like in the lore of Iron Man.
Oh,
I don't remember one. I remember Roxxon. I remember Stain Industries, but I don't remember Oracle being its own little competitor or even just a.
That was the only thing that got my goat a little bit. But otherwise, it was really, really great. And it seems.
Oh, look at this. Heroes for Hire, Oracle Inc., Earth 616. This is Consequency Onslaught.
Heroes for Hire.
Yeah, it says
that explains it.
Black Knight something. Yeah, there's a
Dial H for Hero. That was a DC business, right?
Yeah. But Heroes for Hire, Oracle Inc., Earth 616 is part of the Heroes for Hire series.
That was the whole Iron Fist and Nick Fury, or not Nick Fury, Luke Cage thing.
Yeah, you're right. So, yep, they're right. I mean, Oracle is a real company too, so I think they're referring to Oracle in the comic. Yeah, that just shows. Definitely a nerd cred moment here, not for you, but for all of us.
Did you see this leaked quote unquote what's it called? The leaked Marvel slate that like what?
Yeah, what movies they've got for the next 5 years?
Yeah. I did see that.
Just title cards.
Yes.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, Planet Hulk is a possibility. Doctor Strange. Which
I'm telling you, mark my words. I don't have any inside information on this. I guarantee you, the end of Avengers is part of it is a cliffhanger moment where Hulk is launched into space. I'm telling you, it's happening. Whether they do it like
that's been my thought for a while. I don't know whether or not, James Gunn seems he has been very, very emphatic in that Planet Hulk is not
right
and will never be a thing, and he doesn't want the next time you see Guardians of the Galaxy to be the second fiddle to the Hulk in a Hulk story.
Right.
But the one, all right. So if I remember correctly, I can't find this, but it was the third Captain America that was like the Forgotten Son, a Black Panther movie, World War Hulk, and
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So which World War Hulk, I always thought was like a way inferior story to Planet Hulk. I don't think I could even get through all of World War Hulk. Like
that's just basically him coming back after Planet Hulk and being pissed off at the Illuminati for sending him up there in the first place, right?
It was the Illuminati that sent him there?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, like Reed Richards.
Well, yeah, the Marvel Illuminati. Reed Richards,
got it.
Black Bolt, Namor, Doctor Strange, Black
Reed
Panther.
Richards always got his stretchy little fingers in every little cookie jar. Such a bastard.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, Reed Richards is also like, at some point you have to start to really question exactly how smart Reed Richards is.
Yeah, it's kind of a dingus.
He'd be like, oh, we're gonna send the Hulk into space. Great, I got a rocket.
Yeah.
Like,
thanks, man. Hold on, you got Reed Richards' hair. I just want to point that out.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right with the
Silver Sides.
Side, yeah.
Your new hero name is Silver Sides.
Yet another benefit of Marvel Comics becoming part of our cultural lexicon is that Reed Richards and J. Jonah Jameson, Marvel Comics was very kind to people with the silver.
Yeah, they were
the streaks. Yeah,
sort of.
So was Mel Gibson in Thunderdome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, that trailer looks amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And if it was, I'd be a lot less excited if it wasn't Miller doing it. But since it is, I feel like there's so much cred there. I'm totally stoked. A reminder though, the original Mad Max kind of sucks. Anyway, go ahead. Yes.
It does suffer from that like 70s movie syndrome.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. I mean, Road Warrior I thought was amazing. I think Thunderdome is fun in its own way, but yeah, that first one.
Man, dial E for editing, people. Jesus, why do all these takes take so long?
Dial E for editing. That should be a show. It should be a YouTube show where we cut up movies and make them better and call it Dial E for editing, and I have no time for such things.
Can you imagine the fanboy rage of like, yeah, we edited The Godfather to make it tolerable.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
Last thing.
Yeah.
So are you guys ready to formally concede your loss in the movie draft?
I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The final nail was in that coffin with.
I forgot who's winning. Who's winning?
2 weeks ago.
Amtrekker.
Oh, those guys, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So what? So there is no other chance. I mean, we're in a nice. We got
nothing else.
No,
yeah,
we got
unless there's a humongous resurgence for Get On Up.
Yeah, Get On Up. If Get On Up gets more on up, I mean, it's reviewing well, but it doesn't. It's just not going to get the. It's not going to get the views. There were a lot of old people at the movie theater I was at the other day that were in for that, while we were in for Guardians. Like people in their late 50s and early 60s were all lined up for that. I was like kind of cheering them on.
But welcome to 2015. The old white people are going in to see the "I'm Black and I'm Proud" biopic.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Times are changing. We'll concede, and it was a good fight. And you know what? I feel way better about how we did.
Actually, exactly. I thought that after seeing our lineup that we were going to be dead last.
I was sure of it. Yeah. Who is dead last actually right now?
That would be Slash Film.
Those guys.
Well, what do they know about movies?
Yeah. What do you think? You think Slash
They
Film?
will likely power their way out of the basement and probably into third place by the time. Well, I don't know, because I don't know if whatever from Guardians of the Galaxy by the time that they meet us at 450 will be enough to get over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they will definitely go over God's Money Bags and not finish in last.
Yeah. And you guys are currently in third? You and Schwitty? Okay. All right. Well, I whatever. It was a nice battle this year. I felt like it was a weird mix, and it's maybe one of the funnest drafts. And part of it, I think, is because I think the team part made it even funner, but I really enjoyed this one.
Well, I really enjoyed being part of it. I appreciate you guys inviting me to play in the sandbox.
Thanks, Justin.
The question is, what do we want to do for the winner draft? Like, do we? Because I feel like the team dynamic really helped.
I agree.
Like,
I vote for teams again. I think teams were a smart move.
I think it was really fun to do, and also it's like all we've ever wanted is for people to talk about it more. You know, because it's always the more fun, just the more you talk about it, and the more you kind of obsess over it.
Mm-hmm.
So making, the whole podcast a team, I think is a really was a really fun idea. So I think we're probably going to keep doing.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Well, you'll let us know. Justin Robert Young, of course, always here on a Tuesday. It's always fun, and look forward to the spoiler cast. We got something coming up, so watch for that. What else, man? You got anything else you want to mention before we kick you out?
Jury show tonight
Yeah.
at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Got all sorts of really important things to talk about, including some Dragon Con programming changes.
Oh, changes, eh?
Will be day attack.
Changes, unscheduled and unwanted changes.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what this is about. I have a feeling.
I don't know if you do.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Is Michael Rooker coming? That's all I want to know.
We will see.
Because I want to see his little floaty wand stabber deal. I want to see that.
His little flying arrow.
Yeah. Whistle that thing around.
Yeah.
Although it does make me very happy that I was beaten up by Michael Rooker while he was in the middle of filming that movie.
Yeah.
Right. No kidding. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Might have even been a little bit of blue paint behind his ear when he was doing it too.
Yeah. No, he was definitely, that was like his big annoying thing he was annoyed by the fact that it took so goddamn long to take the off his face.
Or get it on, for that matter. I mean, that whole process such a huge pain. Those aren't his real teeth either, I take it. They can't be.
No.
Those are awesome. He's one of my favorite things in that movie. Well, all right, well, watch for that, and you'll let us know, I guess, about the changes or whatever tonight. Nightattack.tv or no?
Yeah, they're still ongoing. It's nothing to do with Night Attack proper. It's other ancillary stuff, but we'll figure it out.
All right, well, ancillary or not, Justin Robert Young has been here. He said what he had to say, and now he leaves. But before he does, we say Justin R. Young on Twitter is where you'll find him. He has things to say, stuff to do, and as always, a pleasure to have on this show. Justin, have a good day, man.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye now. I didn't mean to yell that so loud in the mic. Sorry.
Wow, no kidding. Wow.
Blow everybody's mic. I feel like this pop screen is less thick than the other one. I feel like I'm louder as a result. I got to adjust my volumes. I don't know. I'll figure it out. All right, Brian, we're done. That's a show. We have completed our fiduciary agreement, and that was to provide a show, and we've done it. There is no show tomorrow. Brian's traveling, and I'm in client hell. So there's no episode on Wednesday. However, we will have Brian from Vegas for both a morning and an afternoon PM edition of the show tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So watch for that.
I might even be in the car because that's a really convenient place to record. If I park somewhere and it's nice and quiet, it's secluded, LTE.
Noise reduction. You got a little bit of a padding of the car there. Yeah.
Exactly. Might try that.
Maybe some weird, crazy homeless guy will come up and hit the window and demand some.
Well, I'm not going to be at an intersection, but yeah.
That's the funny thing about Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. But if there's something, I mean, I'd love to try and do the Cupcake ATM again, but there's no connection there. So as fun as that was going to be to do that live, it didn't work out.
Yeah, that was bad. But, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. If there's somebody, if you have an idea for something you want me to do while I'm in Vegas, we've also proven that slot machines are way too loud for me to be standing at while I try and do a TMS. So
yeah, that's
out as well.
That was trouble, but we'll give it our best. You guys be here, that'd be great. But again, no Wednesday. Just to remind everybody, no Wednesday, so you don't tweet about
it. No Wednesdays.
What happened to the show today? Well, you didn't listen to yesterday's. So there you go. Let's get out of here. Frogpants.com/TMS is our website. As always, themorningstream@gmail.com is our email address. On Twitter, you can find us at Coverville, Scott Johnson, and Morning Stream. Oh, what are you doing for Coverville this week?
Coverville, I believe there'll still be a Coverville. I have music set aside for it. It'll be a short show.
Okay.
With Elliott Smith, who has a birthday this week, and Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits also has a birthday this week. So a couple sets of those guys, if I can get to it tonight. It's going to have to be this afternoon.
All right.
And it won't be, I probably won't stream it. Well, I might. We'll see.
All right.
I got to see what else is going on Tuesdays.
Keep your eye on Twitter, you guys, and Brian will inform you as he does.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's play music now. What do you got?
Dear Guys with the Faces.
Oh.
That's that day again, my birthday, and it's my 30th. Holy crap, I made it. It's time for my annual I Fight Dragons request. Don't care what one, just make it awesome. Thanks, guys, and hope to see y'all at Dragon Con. Neither one of us.
Yeah, we're not going.
Oh, and Scott, marriage, wedding, baby time.
Ugh.
Thanks, guys. CJ Boat, Geek.io.
All right.
He just wants to push those buttons.
Sure does.
I'm running out of I Fight Dragons covers. I think this is the last one I haven't played. It is from the 8-bit tribute album to Weezer, which came out in 2009. It is I Fight Dragons and Why Bother?
Okay. Well, I like it. I'm going to play it now. Oh, gosh. Nicole just sent the best GIF of all time.
Yes, I saw that on Twitter. I posted in the chat room.
Nicole Spag just won the internet. How is this a thing I haven't seen before?
Isn't that hilarious?
You've never seen Rose so excited about anything in her life.
I don't often see her smiling.
Oh, this is really the best thing I've ever seen. Okay, I got to stop looking at it. All right, let's get out of here. Here's your music. Here's your song. And why bother? Well, I mean, here's the song called Why Bother. No, not Why Bother. Tomorrow, or nothing tomorrow. See you on Thursday with a whole bunch of new stuff. And thanks, you guys. We'll see you then.
Get next to you. You got a look that makes me think you're cool, but it's just sexual attraction, not something real, so I better keep whacking. Why bother? It's gonna
part of the Frog Pants Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.
So whatever I do next, just don't hate me.
Don't hate me.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, he's awesome, that guy. What is that sound?
That's me taking my mint and packaged Star-Lord out of the box.
Oh, is it new?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I desire it.
Got it from the Big Bad Toy Shop online. Got him and Drax and
I will do
but
the
no
Star-
Gamora. Oh, did get Rocket. It comes with a little Groot in a flower pot.
All right, here we go. It begins. I got a coming up on TMS. I got the Groot companion in that game. But he's classic Groot, so he's like old school and in a suit and everything. But you can buy a costume for him where he has the spitting image of the movie version.
Oh, that's
and I'm
cool.
Super tempted to
like the other two.
Pick that up, but
yeah, they've got them all in the Marvel Avengers lines.
Guess what I found out yesterday? The voice,
What'd you find out?
The voice coach who worked with, or voice director that worked with Vince, or what's his name?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel in Iron Giant is the same guy who worked with him on the Groot stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how crazy is that?
That is crazy, but it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Right? Totally weird.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, honey. What's up? Hey, we just finished.
Hi, honey.
You're going to talk to Mark? Oh, you're going to physically go talk to him. Oh, okay. I'm leaving right after this to go into their office. My car's here, right? Yes. I told you it would be here. I don't know why you got it. And Carter's just going to be here chilling? Yeah. Okay. All right. We got it worked out. Busy lives at the Johnsons right now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Well, have a fantastic day with your preparation for your big trip tomorrow.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, it's a lot of packing and getting stuff ready.
If you need me, find me.